Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chidi from the Ultimate Guide Group, your go-to place for all things adulting. So I have a little bit of a different setup today. It's Sunday the 30th of October, and every weekend before the new month starts, I pull together my monthly reset. And so this morning I've just been planning and looking at all of that kind of stuff, and I was gonna put on like a wig and some makeup, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take off the wig and take off the makeup, so what's the point? So anyway, I decided that I would put together this video, and then also have got coffee down here, so I'm just gonna run you through the whole process. So let's run through all of the stuff that I do. So basically I break it down into different sections and different goals that I want to achieve, and what ends up happening is I have the goal that I want to achieve, and then there's what's known as like tactics. I've massively mentioned this in a number of different videos, so if you haven't yet gone to look at the 12-week year or read it or listen to it, I definitely would suggest that you do so. We have a habit tracker down below, and there's also a goal tracker down below in the description box. Feel free to click that link and purchase those, but they've been really helpful for guiding me towards the end of the year, and probably will help me in 2023 and beyond. So like I said, I have different categories. They're all on my phone, which is the reason why I have my phone with me, and I essentially have the goals that I want to achieve, the ways I'm going to achieve them, and then also have the frequency and the due date. Let me run through each of those now and kind of give you the background and explanation as to why it is I'm doing the way that I'm doing it and what it is I'm looking to achieve. The real, here's stuff in the background, it's just trauma. We've all got weekly shopping. So the first one is my fitness goals, and I've got 3 things I want to achieve and the various different tactics that I'm looking to do to be able to achieve them. So you got the first one, which is exercise 5 times a week, and that will be me going to exercise class, which I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty sure I'll do that, so I'm not really worried too much about that. And then the second one is to do 10,000 steps a day. I want to see actually how many steps I have been doing. On Friday, I actually did pretty decent, but the majority, oh, interesting. I'm so surprised about that. So actually, I've been doing about 10,000 steps a day, which is lovely to see. Okay, I'm going to do 10,000 for this month, and if I track it in the same way and then doing pretty well, then I'll increase it in December. All right, I was being a good sister, and so I went to go and help trauma. Yeah, I know, people, the life I live, man. Anyway, let's go back. So then, yes, So the next group of goals that I want to achieve are in relation to social media. 10,000 subscribers on Instagram, then 700 subscribers on this YouTube channel, and then 300 subscribers on my other YouTube channel with my sister, which is called Double Dose of Chi. So in order for me to get to that, please do make sure you subscribe to this channel, follow us on Instagram, and please subscribe to my other YouTube channel, which is Double Dose of Chi. So in order for me to achieve those goals, I need to draft 8 posts for the Ultimate Guide Group on Instagram. I want to complete 8 reels for the Ultimate Guide Group on Instagram. I want to film 8 videos for the Ultimate Guide Group on YouTube, and then I also want to make sure and keep us on a schedule to be able to publish 8 videos on Double Dose of Chi as well. I'm going to post on stories every weekday and then go live once a week. Kind of know what I need to do, but I just need to think about it. Next, like, bucket of goals that I want to achieve in relation to my career. So I want to expand my network by at least 5 people. I want to look at developing this like platform, the tactics that I'm putting in place that I will do throughout the month. I need to reach out to 3 senior people in the department that I want to work in for work. I want to reach out to a new person in my network, and I have a list of people that I want to reach out to. I need to be able to do so, and I want to do that every week. So I'll just send them an email and ask to catch up, and I'm trying to do that both internally and externally. I've got a conference that I'm attending in the States, and I'll take you along. Actually, that will be on the Double Dose of Chi, so definitely go and subscribe to that channel, and I'll take you along that whole process, like packing and the conference, and exactly what I'm doing when I'm in the States. I need to get new business cards, so I've asked HR to get me business cards so I'm able to hand that out to people. And then I want to network with at least 3 people at the conference that I'm going to each day that I'm there. Then the next bucket of things that I want to be able to do are like my personal goals, like just for me. So there are 2 things that happened a couple of months back that I need to follow up with a certain person for. I know that's super cryptic, but I've got it in the list, so I know exactly what I need to do there. And then the second one is to do my language classes. So I want to become fluent in Spanish, and I also want to become basic knowledge of of Igbo. So if you haven't yet watched my morning routine video, you may not know that I am Nigerian and my mum comes from the third biggest tribe in Nigeria, and it's the Igbo tribe, and I want to learn the language. I know basic phrases, but not enough to hold a conversation, to understand when a conversation is taking place around me. So I'm trying to do at least 10 minutes of each weekday rather than the weekend. So I don't want to put it in place and know that I'm not going to do it because my weekends aren't really structured for it. I go to the office pretty much every day, and so I take a 30-minute train ride into the office, but I kind of just want to like attach that habit or that goal to something that I do every weekday. And so I know that when I'm on the train, unless like something is super busy at work or whatever, I know that I'll be doing the language classes on the train into work. And the next goal is all my financial goals. Basically, since I got back from Mexico, which was like August, then a week later I went to state and I got back. A couple of weeks later I went to Rome. I haven't really had a chance to sit down and actually put in place my monthly budget. And I normally do my monthly budget every month. So now I need to put together an actual plan that I'm going to stick to based on what my habits are right now, because I'm not saving or putting money away for like a big 30th birthday trip anymore. I'm just putting money away to be able to live my life, to invest, and also the market's changed a little bit, so I want to have a bit more cash liquid. And there's also some really exciting things that are happening in the next couple of months, so I also need to have some cash liquid. So the first one, I want to put £3,000 this month into my emergency fund. I want to put £3,000 into my holiday fund, which I'll end up using when I go to the States in like a week and a half. Then I need to fill out my monthly budget. I need to pay off my Amex bill, my Lloyd's bill. One of the things that I was really struggling with that I think was preventing me from doing my fitness goals is, one, I moved to this house. I got here and like there was just a lot of stuff happening. I just haven't really got myself into a routine of being able to like do my fitness, and so I needed to put in place like structures to encourage and motivate and incentivize me to be able to do that day in, day out. And so what I've been doing now, I put some money away, £1, £2, nothing crazy, each day for me to enjoy myself. And I think I'm ended up doing more exercise than I was doing. This next one is property goals. So in essence, I want to get my house rented by the end of the month. I also want to find a flat that I'm moving into, and we'll probably move it in when I get back from Nigeria. So there's a lot of property stuff happening, and I feel like I need to do a dedicated video of like the property journey that I'm doing. Drop a comment below. I want to hear about your property portfolio if you want me to do so. But in essence, what I'm thinking is turning this house I currently have onto a buy-to-let. It's like significantly increased in terms of its pricing and its valuation, which is great to see. Then I'm looking to rent for a little while, and then looking to buy a flat in London. One of the main things I wanted to do with my property portfolio is not so much about cash flow. The main thing for me is to have the benefit, or to set my kids up in the same way that my mum set me up. She had the foresight, which is phenomenal. I was able to do all of the internships in London without having to pay rent. I was able to like save up to buy for this house without really having to pay any sort of rent. I really want to be able to do the same thing for my kids and do that in like London proper. So I'm thinking about buying a flat in London that I can use for a little while before I settle down, but then also I can gift to my kids, live in London for a bit without having to pay rent. So that's the reason why I'm going to buy my next property. Obviously, because it will be in London, it will end up providing me with some sort of cash flow and some sort of yield, but the focus isn't really about money right now. For me, the main thing is about finding a good place that will allow my kids to be able to have a base in London without having to pay a ridiculous amount of rent because it's London. And so for that reason, to get my house in the condition so it can be rented by the end of the month, there's a number of things I need to fix. We need to get taskers for that. Then for the flat I'm going to move into in the interim, I need to go on viewings. So I'm planning on doing 10 viewings per week. And then I'm starting to look at the houses I'm going to, or the flats I'm going to buy, which is for like future generation and generational wealth and all of that kind of stuff. So I need to get 10 house viewings or flat viewings for that property. Very last goals are my wellness goals. So as I said, I'm going to the States in like a week and a half. So I need to book all of my beauty treatments. I need to book my lashes, which I've done, my nails, pedicure, brows and wax. I really want to start taking myself out on dates and doing like solo dates and really focusing on self-care for the next couple of months and things, because I feel like I've let that go this year. And so I want to go on at least one spa date this month, and I've got one planned actually, so I'm super excited about that. And then I've got something that my mum has asked me to do for when we go to Nigeria. So I'm trying to put that in like my schedule, because I need to actually spend time on it and do it properly, because the person who I'm doing it for deserves it to be done really well. And then another thing that I'm really struggling with, and I always really struggle with, is keeping in contact with like friends and family, because work can always be super overwhelming. So I'm really trying to get into the habit of like spending like 10 or 15 minutes per day looking at my messages, my WhatsApps, the way in which people communicate with me, and like engaging, because there are times where I won't look at my WhatsApps, or I won't look at my Instagram messages, or I won't look at like my phone messages for like a week or so, which isn't great. WhatsApp's still a really great way for me to be able to do so, and I'm trying to get into the habit of just finding a friend's like WhatsApp from like 3 or 4 months ago and just sending them a voice note to be like, hey, I thought of you. All I want to do is try and increase my presence and relationships with my friends and family, and that's something like spiritually that I really need. And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm looking to move into London. I realized that I love my best friends and I've missed them moving so far out away from them, and actually when we go and we're just like chilling, doing nothing, it's been really lovely to have that again, because we went on holiday together, and I just went to one of my friends' flats yesterday, and so I want to get into the habit of doing that more often, and being in Essex isn't really conducive for that. I miss that. That's basically all of my goals and my monthly reset based on what it is my vision is. So again, if you haven't yet read or listened to the 12-week year, you should, and use the link in the description box to do so. But what he said is you want to sit down and think about your vision, think about what it is you want to achieve for your life, and that's what I did at the start of the year. And as a result, I've now broken that into my 5-year, my 3-year, my annual plan. And then that factors into my monthly plans, and then that monthly plan structures my daily routine. And so I do a habit tracker of all the healthy habits that I want to put into my like life, and I've done a morning routine that covers that, so go and watch that. And then I do these like goal trackers, and working out how it is I can factor the goals I have for the month into my daily routine. So I just need to like keep on doing this routine, and I hope this has been helpful. If there's anything else that you want to see, let me know. Like I said, I am trying to do a lot more like relatable content, just because I feel like all the how-to stuff are super helpful, but may not be actually how you put it into practice day in, day out. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, let YouTube algorithm know that this kind of content is interesting for you. Do subscribe to our channel, follow us over on Instagram, and yeah, I think that's it. All right, bye guys.